All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again and we are about to dive down another disturbing rabbit hole.
So you may have heard that VINTED have now finally responded on their story to the claims of child and human trafficking being done on their website.
Children are being sold.
VINTED, you need to sort your shit out.
What everyone is presenting as evidence are posts like this in the background, and it is gross, it is disturbing. The description will say like,
breaking news out of France and Mexico. They're looking into a company called VINTED.
There's a VINTED story going viral at this moment in time, and this is going to make you sick to your stomach. The story claims that the secondhand marketplace is being used as a covert platform for China. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, CT. We're going to call it CT because we don't want to get demonetized on this one. We don't want this video to get limited. Now, in this video, we're going to take a closer look at a number of videos that are going to give us a clearer understanding of what's actually going on here. But to give some context, before we dive in, it's been alleged that there are children's toys, children's items that are going for thousands of pounds, but they're being linked to you know what. Descriptions including details such as age, height, weight, hair color, and personality, which some users are interpreting as describing children rather than the item itself. And there's multiple listings following a similar format, leading to speculation that they are coded advertisements. We're about to dive in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if we're newly watching, put your notification bells on so you don't miss out. Let's get into it. So let's just quickly look at one of these listings. It's going for 1,000 euros. And if you look at the description, it says 3 years old, female, 91 centimeters, 13 kg, tight, small, blonde, blue eyes, obedient girl. Oh my God. What are we talking about? So this is also a linked DM between the person that's put up these listings and someone that's tried to make a payment. And at this point, this could be made up. This could all be AI. This is true. VINTED 100% needs to get shut down.
When is the world going to end? Because I woke up today and I'm finding out children are being sold on freaking VINTED. VINTED. Children are being sold in VINTED, the app. One description literally said,
I want to add that everything she is saying is alleged. Nothing's been proven to be fact.
I've never used her. We are not angry enough. Our kids are not protected anymore. We are losing the plot. Humanity does not exist because what do you mean? Children are being sold and it's okay and it's happening right in front of us. And whoever ever wrote that description felt sane enough to write, I've never used her. We are not angry enough and I am fuming.
Why are there stuffed animals being sold on VINTED for tens of thousands of dollars with descriptions that sound like they're describing a person instead of a toy? We're talking about random stuffed animals and dolls being listed for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. But it's not just the prices that have people alarmed. It's the descriptions. One stuffed animal was listed for around $2,600, but instead of describing the toy, the listing included things like female, 3 years old, and 91 centimeters tall. Baby, that toy was clearly nowhere near that height. So why does it have an age, gender, and height attached to it? Then there was a doll listed for about 20,000 euros. Someone reportedly asked if the seller was actually selling the doll, and the response allegedly suggested continuing the conversation through Tor browser, which many people associate with accessing the dark web. That's when things started looking even stranger. There was also a Mario doll listed for 20,000 euros with descriptions like 12 years old, 152 centimeters, good, health, and even smells good. I'm sorry, but since when does a toy have a health condition? But the listing that really got people's attention was a doll priced at around 30,000 euros. The description allegedly included terms like female, white, 9 years old, and even virgin. And I'm sorry, but none of that has anything to do with selling a toy. What confuses a lot of people is that
first and foremost how VINTED have authorized that listing.
Platforms are usually quick to remove regular sellers for policy violations. Yet listings with descriptions like these reportedly remain active.
Exactly.
Maybe there's an explanation. Maybe there isn't. Am I the only one side-eyeing this whole situation? Let me know in the comments. Are people reading too much into it, or does this seem just as strange to you?
So you may have heard that Vinted have now finally responded on their story to the claims of child and human trafficking being done on their website. And this is also following France, who are now also formally and officially investigating Vinted as well for the claims of human trafficking and the listings that showcase this that have been done on Vinted, the platform. So first, in case you've missed it, let's look at Vinted's story that was posted yesterday in response to the claims about adults selling kids on their platform. You can pause to read here. So this is basically a flat-out denial, which I honestly expected Vinted to do.
I need to pause and read that. We have thoroughly investigated the listings currently shared online and found no credible cases linking them to criminal activity. I mean, of course they would say that. Of course they would say that. It goes on to say here, where these listings are deliberately faked to fuel the conversation, we are swiftly removing them and taking actions on accounts, including bans. We are collaborating closely with the relevant authorities as they conduct their own investigation. We are working relentlessly to keep Vinted safe for our members.
I also expected Vinted to do. They say that they're going to do their own internal investigations, which I do hope they do. But given Vinted's track record, again, if you actually use Vinted, you would know, they're not really known to be very thorough. But like I said, let's hope. But also, don't forget...
I've never personally used the Vinted myself. But the research that I've done, especially off the back of creating content, is insane. The stuff that I've discovered, the platform shouldn't exist. Let's just put it that way. You know, sorry to the people that own Vinted, and maybe you can salvage your platform, but based on the reputation and based on the history of activity that has taken place on that platform, it shouldn't exist. It should have been shut down a very long time ago.
France are also investigating several strange ads on Vinted under suspicion of child trafficking, where the ads display plush toys and toys like that with very high prices and deceptive descriptions, where we've already discussed plenty of times on this page already. But now some updates have actually emerged, where some journalists actually contacted the seller who was offering a 7-year-old girl. However, after some investigation, subsequent image analysis found that at least one of those photographs had been taken from the internet somewhere. So as of right now, nobody knows if that was some sort of scam or not. But regardless, the investigation is still ongoing, so I'll let you guys know if there are any updates.
It just sounds to me it was 100% a scam. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense why someone that was involved in that type of line of work would be using that platform. They've already got their connections. Even though it's just so sickening to think of these things and that this actually exists and it's happening as we speak. These people that are involved in that type of industry, they have their networks. They don't need to be on Vinted.
Vinted, you need to sort your shit out. Authorities are currently investigating Vinted after several ads have displayed potential cases of child trafficking. And here is one of those suspected ads. Now, I'm not going to show the whole thing with all the details in the bottom, but there's the price tag. Fucking 10.5 grand, what the fuck? Now, the descriptions do give off some very puzzling and weird details. I mean, this one here you can see yourself, dark hair. And that there, I'm pretty sure that's like clothing size. I've seen other ones where it says like blonde or blue and, well, small and healthy. Small and healthy was another weird fucking one. Now, French authorities are currently investigating Vinted, all these ads. There's cases in Germany, Netherlands, I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 other European countries. Nothing reported about the UK just yet, but I wouldn't fucking be surprised. Just want to shout out to this user here, who was, as you can read there, kind of highlighted this. I believe mainstream media have covered it just slightly. Ever so fucking slightly. But most haven't. But if you are on Vinted and you see any of these ads pop up, you know what you need to do. For fuck's sake.
There are children being sold on Vinted. Children. Firstly, who in their right mind is selling their child? What on earth? Mother instincts. Apparently, Vinted are doing nothing about it. So, like, if you report, they just, like, take the post down or whatever. No investigations, nothing at all. Secondly, people are uploading pictures of, like, teddies or children's toys for, like, £20,000-30,000. And then in the description, they've got 130 centimeters, not sure if that's accurate, 130 centimeters tall, female, never been used. That is disgusting. Like, if that means what I think that means, that is absolutely disgusting. I've spoken about these types of people on my page before. Who's selling their children? Honestly, I thought that this kind of thing happened on the dark web. You know, you know it happens, but can't really do anything about it. Vinted. Like, Vinted. And the fact that Vinted are allowing it as well by not investigating this is absolutely disgusting.
I don't know where she got her information from, but again, there's a cause for concern here.
Breaking news out of France and Mexico. They're looking into a company called VINTED. Now, I've seen a few of the commercials for VINTED on Disney. And look, folks, Disney has a long history with accusations about trafficking. And some of the things, you can Reddit some of these, and you can go to the VINTED site yourself. They're selling plushie toys that will have very serious descriptions. I seen one this morning that said, 1-year-old little girl with blue eyes, and they used one word that struck me. Tight. Now, I don't know why you're going to use any of that to describe a plushie toy, but this plushie toy was $7,300 with an insurance policy on it of $10,000, and then it was $1,000 shipping. There was only one of them, and that was just the beginning. We are in a mess. Now, I've also heard about Wayfair having very descriptive, really high dollar purchases on things that would never even come close to $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 price tags. They even named them little girl and little boys' names. Now, we've found out a lot after those files were partially released. And the thing about sick-ass people is they're like
I haven't even dived into those files, the Wayfair files. Oh, wow, we're back. We're gonna, you know what that means, right? You know what that means.
Hydra. You cut the head off
Turn your notification bells on.
of one of them, and 3 just replaces it. Human and child trafficking is a epidemic, a pandemic around the world. And we have to be verbal, and we have to start talking about this. You need to look into this, folks. It's literally mind-boggling. It's absolutely disgusting, and my discernment is ringing.
There is no evidence that kids are being sold on Vinted. I'm going to try and keep this short because everyone's attention span was too short and they're too stupid for my last video. What everyone is presenting as evidence are posts like this in the background, and it is gross, it is disturbing. The description will say like 3 years old, tight, obedient. The thing is, I have not seen one of these posts that wasn't obviously a troll post, not just in the way that it's written, but every single one of them will say uploaded just now, uploaded 5 minutes ago. Every single one is a brand new post. If this was something that was actually happening, you would think that anyone would be able to find evidence of a post made before people started making troll posts. What happened is one person saw one weird...
Good point there. Why would someone upload it and screenshot it instantaneously? And if they didn't screenshot it, then how the hell was that post seen within 5 minutes of it going up? What type of algorithm have they got going on over there? And clearly it's BS. It's a hoax, like this guy is saying.
post, which maybe could have been something, and that was it. It was one weird post. I've received hundreds of comments and dozens of DMs telling me to kill myself, and every single person, I beg them for evidence. I say, I am open to being wrong. I'll delete the post. I'll raise awareness if you can give me any evidence. And you know what they say? No, there's a lot of it. Find it yourself, kill yourself. This is a...
that's a typical troll, isn't it? That's a typical idiot that hasn't done their research. Like, you know, they've got nothing to say other than, oh, it's out there, do it yourself.
Police station in Germany, and they're saying they're receiving a ton of messages about these posts, and they have to look into it. And they're like, so far, every single one we look into is just a fake troll post. And you're kind of taking up all of our police resources. We can't actually help people. Just report it to Vinted. Like, stop. And that's my point point, when this happened with the Wayfair conspiracy in 2020, it took up so much resources that there's an estimated like 40 victims that could have been prevented that weren't prevented because idiots were spam calling their phone numbers. But a lot of the people who are upset at me don't actually care about helping children. They care more about their damaged ego, because I tell them they fell for fake news and a troll post by a 14-year-old boy, and instead of being like, oh wait, I should dedicate my effort to actually helping children, instead they go, no, it's you! If you actually care about children, you can do something. You can give to a charity like the Exodus Road. That's what I did. But most likely, you just want to be angry and fall for conspiracy theories, and you don't actually care that much.
Again, it doesn't make any sense. It has to be a hoax. It has to be a troll. Someone that has no life. You really think someone that was really in that field, you know, a Ghislaine Maxwell would be on Vinted, advertising toys, but selling children? Come on, man. I know it makes good content, it makes a good story, it makes a good video. I know it does. I think the person was being one of the biggest, dumbest trolls on the planet. They done it themselves. They posted it, they took the screenshots, and they wanted those screenshots to go viral. But leave all your thoughts and comments down below. I need to know exactly how you guys are feeling after watching that one there. This heat wave in the UK has led to me taking several days off. I mean, I've been on a short holiday, but we're back, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And we've got so many more videos uploading, so don't go anywhere. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if we're newly watching, turn your notification bells on, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.